Hey guys, this is SkippyJones back here, or not really back I guess, but here with an episode on my new single player survival world, although it's not exactly new. So I have been playing on this world for, say, about a month now, at least. But I have, and by that I mean like at least a few hours a week, sometimes more, everything like that. But I have decided that I would like to start recording on it. There's a random zombie somewhere, I don't know where. I'd like to start recording on it because I've really enjoyed playing on this world. I've made some progress that I really like and everything, and figured why not, right? So before we get fully started with a tour, which is what this first episode is going to be, just so I can show you guys what I've done so far, I want to talk about a few things. First off is this isn't completely vanilla. I do have a few mods in here. It's Apollo. I do have a few mods in here, nothing game breaking or game changing. Namely is the map in the top right corner. I can turn that off or on. If people start saying or people think that the map like blocks out of the game or anything, I can turn it off and on. I'll probably have it off a decent amount of time whenever I'm around here. I like to have the map on when I'm exploring or looking for like specific types of mobs, that kind of stuff. So yeah. Another one is Tweakaroo. I use this primarily for the free cam that it offers, which is great for viewing builds, taking screenshots, all that kind of stuff, and will be super helpful while we record. And it also allows me to do things like open 2 doors at once. So, well, I do have that disable for trapdoors because it messes up the warehouse a lot. So, yeah. Another one I have, I guess, and this is the second to last one that could be considered game changing, is a simple inventory sorter, that just allows me to clean things up a bit. I like my chests to be organized and everything, but I don't want to have a ton of chests for one per item or something. So yeah. And then the last one is something that would probably be considered a bit more game breaking. I'm looking for a tree. Or here, we can use the grass. Hopefully this isn't too loud. We're gonna talk about those noises in a second. So yeah, okay, that doesn't really show super well. I wanted to use a tree for it, but I apparently forgot to plant. Oh, okay, there we go. I'll have to redo that. So I have a thing, it's like Vein Miner or F2B Ultimine, whatever you know as the mod that does that. Have a version of that for Fabric, because I do not love the grind of Minecraft. I will play with it and everything, absolutely, but I want this series to be about 2 main things as I record it, and grinding the game away is not one of those things. So yeah, so it's that simple. I use it primarily for like gathering trees or when I have to go mining and stuff, so I don't have to spend a ton of time doing that because it's just not what I want to do. So yeah, real simple. So yeah, and then that's definitely the most game-changing one. I'm gonna personally be using it for the single player, unless I guess if a ton of people said not to, but I'm not expecting that. So yeah, if I were to play on a server or something, I'd be completely fine without it. I just would like to have it for this. So yeah. Now on to my next topic, which I guess would probably be the goals for the survival world for now. One is I want to focus on building. I have a plan for this big area over here to do probably the biggest build I've ever personally done, and I want to do a form of floating island with something on top. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm gonna do it, and I pretty much want it to be like this big, so almost the whole thing with like chains going down to the mountain surrounding it and stuff that's like holding it down, stuff like that. And so like that's the current goal for builds, but I also want to continue this town and stuff for now, because this entire thing is kind of like my starter base, so that's what it kind of serves as. I've never been one person who builds like one big building or something. I've always been someone who builds a lot of small things. So yeah, and that's what I want to show off with the town and everything. The other goal, and this is going to be a weird one, is I want to defeat the Ender Dragon. Now, I know that is kind of a weird goal to have for Minecraft series nowadays. Like, it's something that for a lot of people is very early game at this point and everything. I've been playing Minecraft so long that it was the end game, but I've actually never done it myself, and at least not in like a survival world where I had to work super hard to get to it and everything. Yeah, so that's like my primary goal right now, is get the Ender Dragon and just like we'll build and do all these things, go to Nether, all that on our way to that. So yeah, now I want to do a quick little like town tour to finish off the video, and I'll talk about like what I built, why I built it, everything like that. So yeah, first off, this is Apollo. I already showed him a little earlier. My real life cat's name is Icarus, so I thought that was a funny little parallel to make between Icarus and Apollo. So yeah, down here I have a super smelter type thing. I don't know if I'd call it super, but it's a good smelter. So yeah, I built this a while ago. Standard redstone and everything, but that's down there, so that's pretty much all this house is now, because it was my first building I made, and then I moved everything out into the warehouse, which I will go over to in a second. First, I want to show you guys my farms. So in here I have an iron farm, which I built based off a video I found on YouTube, which I will try to link, but if I can't find it, then I'm sorry. Yeah, I straight up just searched like basic iron farm for Minecraft 1.20.1, and yeah, so it's definitely similar to designs people have probably seen and everything. It's a smaller version than what Tango did on the season 10 of Hermitcraft right now, Tango and Impulse. It's kind of a smaller version of that. So yeah, and it might not be my iron farm forever, but it's what I'm currently using. So yeah, as of a melon and pumpkin farm over here, which I primarily have for villager trading, and then I have a sugarcane farm for books. So yeah, and this is all I have for right now. I want to build more farms, partially just so I can get better at building farms, and also because why not? What time is it? We've got about 27 seconds, so I will come down here and show you guys warehouse. So in here, this is my warehouse. I have everything as sort as I can. I have things that I use a lot of, like, so I use stone brick a lot in the style for the town because the roof and everything, so it gets its own. And then I have like functional blocks, stuff like this, then wood types and everything. One thing I really like with how I did with this was the slabs, or no, the trapdoors for the shelves, and then I like this stairway I did. Yeah, so it goes up to here. Not all the chests are full right now, but I've got things. So yeah, anyways, also I love this seed. I found it online because I like cool seeds, and I just love how the mountains look and everything here. So yeah, this is just a little guard tower thing I built. I love the mod 9 colonies, and this is inspired based off what guard towers tend to look like in their style packs. So yeah, I needed to fill this corner with something, but there wasn't enough space left for me to actually like put something useful in, so I figured I'd just do a little decorative tower. So yeah, all right, this is the next thing I want to talk about because it explains why I have like full diamond and everything, because normally I don't really bother with like diamond tools a lot of the time and everything, because most time I'm building and stuff, you know, and stone tools work fine for resource gathering, like with most of the resources I used to build. So yeah, but with the end goal of being the end and everything, I looked into villager trading and built a full haul. I don't have all the enchants you could want or need in here. I have the basics of mending, fortune, silk touch, looting's over here, then this stuff. So like all of my things came from these guys and everything. I think the only ones I've really added are efficiency 5 and silk touch on my shovel. Efficiency 5 honestly might have been a natural enchant. Yeah, and then I'm just slowly working on getting these up more and everything. That's it. So yeah, up here I have an enchanting setup and everything with storage for books and other stuff. Yeah, and then yeah, so as those farms go to work and everything, that allows me to get my emeralds, and then I go through it. And yeah, and I do have a villager breeder over here. They're kind of just trapped in this cave. It's a very basic design. So yeah, and then that's just right up there, out of sight, out of mind, right? Villagers you see roaming around actually occupying our town are ones I let go because they didn't have very helpful ones. I assumed they'd die really quick. They didn't. So yeah, this is the wheat / just general farm I have. I originally planted it for the cows. So yeah, huge thanks to Blonde Skunk for the help on the windmill design. I only listened to half of his advice, did not size the windmill up, but I did pretty much take his entire design he suggested for me to use this, and it looks so much better than what I had. If you want to see that, there is a YouTube short of me speed of a time lapse for this, and it's the old design. I don't know what I was thinking with that. This looks so good though, and yeah, thanks again Blonde Skunk for that. This is a cowhand hut. There's also time lapse of this. This one is just like music. That one I actually talk about what I was thinking while building it and everything. So yeah. And then one big thing I want to say about my builds is they pretty much all need some kind of detailing. Like, I love how I do my walls. I use stairs pretty much entirely when I build walls, along with slabs sometimes, but it still is left very blank. Like, there's a lot I could do here, even just with vegetation, and then trapdoors and everything to help add some actual detail to these, and I want to do that, especially on the warehouse. This just feels really flat, especially when you're like farther out, so you don't notice the things. Like, it looks like there's windows, which are nice, but there's no depth unless you're looking at it from like an angle. So yeah, I do want to add a lot of detail to the builds. So yeah, the next episode will most likely be me working on either this building, which is going to be a fishing hut type thing, along with this pond, which I want to like make probably a bit bigger and then fully detail it, make a little like fishing area to use. So yeah, or it'll be me building a saddle somewhere. I think I was thinking like over there in the little crevice or something, and getting a horse because I really want a horse. And yeah, and it'll be fun to figure out how to find a good horse because I really haven't used horses a lot like most people, but I was able to get a saddle and everything, and I think it would be fun and honestly really useful if I had a horse. So yeah, anyways, here is one last final like sky view of the town so far. I also want to make that chimney a bit taller and probably change the blocks I use for it. Don't want to see the campfire, and I just kind of threw that in because I wanted some variety on this side. But yeah, so this is the town so far. The mine entrance is right over there. You guys aren't going to see a lot, if any, of my mining, but it is there. So yeah, this is the little town so far. Thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to continue the series with you all. See ya. Bye bye.